Hello everyone, welcome back to Below Par with myself, Joe Lovery. So in today's video then, we are looking at how to hit a draw or add a draw at least into your game. Now I know many of you watching this will naturally be fade as the golf ball, and this is a nice way perhaps that you can start to build a bit of a stock shot in your game that moves the ball from right to left rather than left to right. Now this is something that I teach to players of all abilities. I've taught this to guys who are looking now to go onto low-level tour events. I've also taught this to people that are learning the game of golf, because it's important that they understand that just by changing simple things in your setup, you can massively change what the ball does that end towards the target. So let's get into the video. Let's have a good chat through about the complete fundamentals of how to hit this shape, and then we will then get us hitting some of those shots as well. So yeah, let's get into it. So just a really quick one also, if you haven't already hit the subscribe button on the channel and you are new to the page, then please make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you enjoyed today's content. So then, the magical draw shape, the shot that most people in the game of golf want to hit, but seems to be one of the hardest things to hit. Now we're just going to run through a couple of really nice simple things to begin with. Now the first one is that we will agree that the golf swing goes around me. So what I mean by that is the golf club starts in front of me and it comes around me, it then returns back in front and then comes around me again. So it's swung on an axis, it's not swung up and down, it's swung on a tilt around my spine, around the body, and the club travels around us. Now that's a really important factor to point out, because what we're going to do is we're going to change the ball position. So if we imagine a ball position then for a 7-iron like I've got here, might be relatively central. So club might be in the middle, ball therefore is just in front. Now if you imagine at this point the club's come in from behind me, it's coming in, it's square then as it comes through the shot, and then it's going to start arcing to the left. So the swing comes in, square, in. So you imagine if we want to hit a draw, if we were kicking a football from right to left in the air, we kick a football, the foot travels to the right, the face or the inside of the foot that kicks the ball is pointing left, and it creates that curvature. That's what we need the golf club to do. So by moving the ball back in the stance, I now am already encouraging the club to swing out to the right. Now there's something else I need to do also, and nobody does this. Nobody does this that hasn't been taught this. When I sort of get people to guess what else you do with the ball, I've not heard anybody get this. And what it is that we then have to stand closer. So if you imagine that the swing does this, it arcs in like so, okay? If the swing arcs in like so, my club's here, and I put a ball that far away, you can see I'm going to strike the ball off the toe. So by standing closer, I'm going to move the center of the golf club in behind the ball at impact. And when I say nobody does this, I mean as in nobody that's an amateur or a recreational golfer does this. Your pros will do this. They've been taught to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the ball 1 inch to 2 inches further back in the stance, and then we're going to step 1 inch closer. So let's do that now. So I'm going to set up a standard to begin with, and always recommend doing this. So ball position or clubs in the middle, ball position just in front. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a step. I'm going to move the ball 2 inches back in the stance. I'm going to step in 1 inch or so. Now I'm going to feel very close, but the important factor here is still to swing the club pretty much as normal. Don't try and shape the ball, just swing the club as normal. From there now I'm going to tuck my right elbow in against my ribs, and because I want this to come out a little bit lower like a trap draw, I'm just going to lean my weight a little bit in against my left side. And from there I can just let the swing now continue on its journey as it normally would, but it's starting from a point further back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit one. So aiming at the yellow flag, I'm going to start stepping in. I'm going to set up as normal. So I've got the club in the middle. I'm going to take my stance as normal. I'm now going to shuffle ever so slightly back and ever so slightly closer. That again is going to get me in the right spot. So setting up, club down. That's my normal setup. I'm now going to shuffle back and closer. Arm tucked in against the right ribs. Weight a little bit in the left leg. Now be smooth with it. And that ball there is just falling to the left. Probably not quite as much turn as what I'd like. I want to get it a bit more convincing than that. Let's try one more. There we go. There we go. That's a better one. Bit more shape to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to film one of those shots from face on just so you can see the setup separating like so. So that's my normal ball position. From here what we want is that ball slightly back and slightly closer. Tucking that right arm to encourage that club to move around me. Wait a little bit in that left side to get the strike. Lovely. So as I say, moving the ball position around helps me then to control the flight and control what I want to do with the ball. So key things to remember from the video. If the golf swing's doing this, I'm looking straight down here, the golf swing's doing this, it's coming round on the backswing, round on the way through a pointed square. We've got to use this path out to the right so the ball goes back. We stand closer to ensure the central strike, and from there then I tuck the right elbow. Tucking the right elbow in is just going to encourage the arm to release around the body, hopefully then allowing the club face to be close to the path, then we can start getting a nice straight ball flight. So guys, thank you very much for watching. That was my really simple tip on how to put a trap draw into your locker. So it's a really nice shot also if you want the ball to come out a bit lower, if it's windy, start punching a little bit under the wind, get it running a bit with that right to left shape. Or equally, you know, if you don't like some hazards that's on the right hand side or want to start to control what the ball does a bit more in the air, that's a great shot for you to play. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed today's video. Make sure to give that a go when you're down at the driving range. It'll just start to get that ball hopefully turning a bit right to left for you in the air. So guys, thank you very much for watching and see you all very soon.